You can drop the mic on that one. Joe Burrow took 7 sacks Sunday, tied for the most in Super Bowl history. 6 of those sacks came in the second half. That's when the Rams' pass rush was unrelenting. Burrow was pressured on 12 of his 22 dropbacks in the second half. That 55% pressure rate, the 4th highest in the second half of a Super Bowl in the game's history. We talked about some of those adjustments from Raheem Morris and how they mattered. Let's talk about the Bengals a little bit, Marcus. How should we feel about Joe Burrow's performance yesterday?
Great. He outplayed Stafford for the majority of that game.
Yeah.
Especially with the duress that he was under. And then, too, man, like, I can't talk about Joe Burrow without thinking that Joe Burrow's career going to be cut short. Like, I didn't come on the show playing in the day, but see, this dude gets bent up every Sunday, bro.
70 sacks
Like,
this year.
I mean, at some point, and I know Jamar Chase came in and we had the whole, should they take one offensive lineman wasn't going to fix that.
Right.
Right? And thank goodness for Chase, the ability to just throw the rock up there and he wins 50-50 balls. But when you see Joe Burrow play football, there is no way that the Cincinnati Bengals should have been in this game. And it's because of that kid. And I don't know how long he's going to last in the NFL if they don't get this fixed in Cincinnati, but if they get it fixed, you got a guy you can be in contention with every single year. I thought he did a phenomenal job. And look, not to throw shade on anybody, that ball to Tyler Boyd was perfect.
Yeah.
That was a critical play.
His first drop since
I know,
2020.
I know, and I'm not trying to throw shade at Tyler Boyd, but that right there, that's again, Joe Burrow. Look at when he threw the ball, he literally stepping back because of the pressure.
Right.
And that's a dime, y'all. Yeah. So you got your guys, Cincinnati. You gotta take care of it, man. He's not gonna make it. He's not going to make it under this type of duress.
He wasn't perfect, Burrow, but I feel the same way that I kind of did about the Super Bowl last year, watching Patrick Mahomes behind the injured Chiefs offensive line, where the discrepancy between the pass rush and the protection was so dramatic. I don't even know how to evaluate the quarterback play. I do think there are some things that Zach Taylor could have done to alleviate the pressure a little bit. Dan spent the entire week talking about Cincinnati's screen game, and it didn't show up, and I was a little befuddled by that. But you know, we're talking about a major talent discrepancy, and now the conversation shifts to the future, and we begin to ask, okay, we know the problem.
Yes.
You could never watch football. You could watch this game, and you know the problem with this team. So how do you solve it? Who are the free agents you target? You got a lot of cap space. Who do you look at in the draft?
I think they could have gone with that extra offensive lineman a little bit more yesterday, ran it, maybe took a couple more shots, max protection. But I do believe if you're the Bengals and you walk away from this season, this playoff run, and yesterday, you think 3 things. We absolutely have a superstar quarterback. He's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, okay? Not a lot of teams can say that, obviously. I think the second thing you walk away is we got a pretty darn good staff. Lou Anarumo and their defensive job was great yesterday. Brian Callahan grew as a play caller and offensive coordinator this year. Zach Taylor, I know, has had some moments where does he run the ball too much, but managing that offensive line did a pretty darn good job. And I think overall you walk away going, we got a pretty darn good football team. I think they got a good football team that, you know, if they take some of that cap space and not only invest it in the offensive line, you've got to invest it into the right offensive line pieces. They need to get 3. If they get 3 offensive line pieces, they could be very much so back where they are right now.
This was his first playoff.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. You got to think that O-line, as much as we talk about it, it has to be a priority for them. It'll be interesting to see who they grab.
Got to be right.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.